I'm gonna make this as easy as possible. Y'all, all right, welcome back. Hold on 1 sec. Un momento. Bam. All right, easy enough. Go from the sounds and everything's good. Let me just make sure before I start yapping into like nothing. Give me one moment while I do a sound check. Hold on. Still feels kind of loud, so I'm gonna turn down the music just a tad bit more. I think that should be good. I think it should be good. And we got Jody in the comment section already. All right, shouts out to Jody. All right, I think it should be good now. I think we should be set. All right, bet. Again, welcome back to the MVP's Lounge. I'm the host as always, the King. Thank you guys for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. AEW 6th year anniversary. 6 long years of this show that's been on TV since October 2nd, 2019. Before I jump directly into the review, I just want to give a shout out to AEW, specifically Tony Khan and company for creating a alternative to what WWE is giving you. You know, I get it. Both shows currently right now, they're on a different wavelength. You know, WWE has their new thing that they're doing now with, you know, more catering towards advertisements and product placement. Hey, hard to them, they're making their money. Okay. AEW, on the other hand, they're catering towards the more hardcore wrestling fans with what they're doing stuff. And again, not many people like what they're doing. That's understandable. Hey, everybody is entitled to their own opinion. They can like what they want. So for me and other people here at the MVP's Lounge, we're in support of AEW. All right. So 6 years down, many more to go. The other company may have a leg up on them for over 50 plus years, but hey, so be it, man. So be it. All right. Let's jump directly into this, bro. I want to start with the funniest segment of the entire night. Well, second funniest, actually. Second funniest segment of the entire night. And that is the Young Bucks. I know. It's crazy. You know, I didn't think I get to this point where the Bucks are entertaining. But they are. They are. This whole broke gimmick has been just complete comedy. It hasn't stopped being comedy. Like, and Nick Jackson, of course, wastes all the money that they had left in the gambling area, of course. And Matt, he had a whole thing said, all right, for our entrance, for our 6th year anniversary, we gotta have a whole, you know, entrance with a bunch of pyro, explosions, and animals, and gators, and elephants, and we're going crazy. And he grabs the bag and looks at it, and the bag's empty. And the funniest shot was, and this is the funniest and coolest shot of the night, is like, Matt is looking at Nick with such anger, fleeting anger, that it just transitions into the next screen of them already in the ring with the same angle. Hey man, production team, y'all did great. That was hilarious. These dudes, they didn't even get an entrance. They were already in the ring. That's tough. You hate to see it. You absolutely hate to see it. We'll get to that. We'll get to that in a sec, Joe. We'll get to that in a sec. We'll get there. But we get 6-man tag team action. Josh Alexander and the Bucks up against Kenny and Brodido. Hey, if you want to see where the best wrestler, see right here in this matchup. See directly here in this matchup. Yes, of course, they have a part in the match where they're trying to get them out the ring. Yeah, they're trying to enjoy themselves. Hey man, let them folks dance at the pleasure. But immediately after those, they were wilding up on Kenny. It was kind of giving Kenny heavy work in this match. I was kind of like, yo, hopefully dude's gonna be all right. But we know how his whole, you know, fasciculitis things going with him. So hopefully, only has to take a short time off, but he was really working in this match. He was really working. In the end, though, shouts out to Brodido and Kenny, but they got the W. They take out the Bucks. They single out Josh Alexander and get him hemped up in the one-wing angel, and GG. Match is over. Now, what happened after the match is what this was the most hilarious thing of the entire night. I couldn't stop laughing at this, like, at all, because like after the match is over, okay, Kenny and the Bucks are looking at each other, and it seems like the Bucks are about to have a moment with Kenny, and Josh Alexander is beating the hell out of this dude. The Bucks don't want to get involved in any beatdown. They're just like, all right, bro, you do what you do, bro. All right, we're not getting involved in that. And then out comes Jurassic Express for the save. But these dudes right here, they come out and they just vibing to their music, looking at the crowd, doing chants of they just vibing with them. Complete vibe with these people right now. They are vibing with them completely. Yo, I'm like, yo, what is happening right now? What is happening? Oh, I was turning on the wrong volume. Okay, now I see the volume. Wow, that's crazy. I've been turning on the wrong volume the entire time. StreamYard setup. Crazy, isn't it? Wow. I was turning on the wrong volume. I think you probably can hear me way better now. Hold on. Let me see what's going on. Okay, good. I sound better now. All right. Jesus Christ. I was over there turning on the wrong sound. Wow, me here. All right, but yeah, so they come out there. They're supposed to be helping. These dudes are just looking at the crowd, vibing with the music. Meanwhile, Kenny is just getting stomped out in the corner. He's just getting beat up by Josh Alexander. He's getting killed, just dying. Like this. Like we've seen run-ins that are terrible. We've seen Jeff Hardy dance in the entranceway. We've seen Edge do his full entrance with pyro. Like we've seen a lot of run-ins that weren't run-ins at all. Right? But this one right here, this one might be close to the top. This one might be close to the top. Cause these dudes were dead serious, just smiling, chilling, vibing, like just looking out at the crowd, like and everything. I'm like, yo, what are y'all doing? A dude is dying in the ring. Help him. Jesus. But yeah, they eventually get in the ring. And he's still dying in the corner, by the way. But they eventually get in the ring, and then Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, they attack the Bucks and get rid of them. And then eventually they fight Josh Alexander after he was done fighting, stomping out Kenny in the corner. But they get rid of him as well, and Jurassic Express leave while Kenny stays in the ring to cut a promo. Okay, that's nice. We like that. You know, we like when Kenny cuts promos to the people. Pretty much thanking everybody, thanking all the newcomers who may be watching AEW in the future and or watching it now. You know, appreciates everything, and you know he's doing all the appreciation points. I'm like, all right, cool. And he's like, okay, all right, you know, talked long enough. You know, just still got a whole show to go, so. You know, does the whole thing, bid you adieu, you know, good night, goodbye, all that. And moment just bang, the lights go out. And when the lights come on, there's a person in the ring behind him with a mask on. And who is that person? No, well, it's none other than Andrade El Idolo, the GOAT. He's back. He went from AEW to WWE, now he's back in AEW. It's just how it works sometimes. Sometimes you got to leave to go somewhere else and find out the grass ain't green on the other side, so you got to come back. It's just how it is. He's back. Attacks Kenny, kills Kenny. It's amazing. Now, the part that was not amazing at all was what happened directly after, because Don Callis gets in the ring and they shake hands. Look. This, we got enough's enough, okay? Enough's enough. Why? Don Callis has over 30 people in his group at this point. There is no reason in the world Don Callis should have Andrade in his group. Bro, this man has too much people already as it is. And people would probably be like, hey man, it ain't that bad. Like, no, sir, it is that bad. The group, just half the people in the group that aren't doing anything. That aren't even important. Because it's in the group to be in the group. That's it. It's not a good look, especially when Andrade's coming back and you have a great moment like this. It's like, okay, we can put him on a nice trajectory going upwards, and it's like, great, you shoehorned him into Don Callis Family now. And I was like, all right, bro. Like, come on. Enough's enough. Stop adding people to this group. Stop doing it. Jesus, you had a good thing on your hands here. Now you just threw it in the Don Callis portal and threw it down the toilet now. But we're gonna have to see where it goes. To see, hopefully, that they actually use Andrade with Don Callis in a correct way. We'll see. I don't know though. I have no clue though. They give us a nice video package of the entire 6 year of AEW Dynamite, and it was nice to see Brody Lee at the end of it. Because every night, okay, whether it be Saturday, Wednesday, it doesn't matter. He'll always put over his tweets. He always says, "Oh, it's Wednesday. You know what that means?" Or Saturday, you know what that means. They'll always put that over, and he'll always have a small semblance of a way to be still a part of AEW. And it's great. It's great. RP Brody Lee was a great part of AEW for the time that he was there, and AEW in general for the 6 years that it's had. Hey man, it's been a long journey. There were points where I completely hated the show. There were long points where I hated the show. But hey man, for these past 2+ years, they've been killing it. They have been killing it. All right, so gotta give them props for props to do. Okay. Our next match that we had, speaking of Don Callis people, some more. Kyle Fletcher, he was supposed to go up against Hologram, but they said Hologram was hurt, so he's up against Orange Cassidy. Now, one of my commenters, channel members, subscribers, whatever you want to call them, fellow MVP, is what I like to call them. All right, I call them VIP. I call the people of the chat VIPs. I'll think about that in a sec. But for now, it's just a ride. Commenter, he put over the hologram thing, saying that maybe he's hurt, but he's not really hurt. And it's kind of like a story thing they're kind of building here. And then his evil version shows up and does something. And I was thinking about it. I was like, maybe hologram shows up as the evil version, or wherever the evil version is shows up, and it costs somebody a match or something like that. And then it comes tonight and it happens, because in this matchup, the evil version of hologram shows up and costs Orange Cassidy his match. Now, to be fair to my boy Kyle Fletcher, he was whooping up on Orange Cassidy 90% of this match. Cassidy finally got some offense in when he got his hands in his pockets. And then, to be fair, it didn't mean much. It didn't mean much. Yeah, he got some moves in, but like Kyle Fletcher was dominating this whole match. Let's be honest, he didn't really need the help, but the help was there. So hey, so be it. A win's a win. Brainbuster on top of the turnbuckle. We get Orange Cassidy the hell up out of here. And it is official. Evil hologram. Another new member into the Don Callis family. Bro, all right, bro. You see, look. We're not doing this. It keeps happening. It keeps happening. It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop at all. Bro, look how much members are already in this group. And this isn't even everybody. There's still more. The rest of them are either like injured or just not on TV right now. There's still more in this group. Why is the faction this big? Way too many people. Cut it out. Stop it. Toni Khan. All right, stop it completely. It's terrible. You'll be having this. We got another trios matchup. Okay. Another trios match is up next. It is the Ops with just Samoa Joe and Powerhouse Ops, because Shibata's out. And Hangman up against the Death Riders, Mox, Garcia, and Claudio. It's gonna be lit. You know it's gonna be a hard hitting match. You know they're gonna be wilding. But there was something completely different that happened in this match that I was not expecting, because Joe was already like kind of angry. He was kind of like really angry. Like even in the start of the match, he was just wilding on Claudio in the corner, like just going crazy, ignoring the refs' calls, just he was just his anger level was just on a different peak. This dude was angry as hell. Fast forward, right? Honestly, the start of the match, Hangman, Hobbs, and Joe were pretty much dominating Death Riders. They were killing them. Hobbs was out here slamming Moxley on the apron like 3 different times. Moxley on the outside, like almost pleading for his life, like, "Hey, bro, chill out, like, relax, man. Like, hey, look, hey, we just wrestling, like, this ain't supposed to be happening for real. Like, relax, man, like, relax." You know, like, it was wild. Eventually, the Death Riders, they get the advantage over on Hobbs, and they start just stomping on this dude in the corner. And the ref again doesn't see the cheating that's going on because, of course, he's too busy trying to put Samoa Joe back in the corner because Joe's crashing out. He sees all this, so they continue to stomping on Hobbs, killing them. But then here's where the problem happens, right? Joe's anger is already through the roof. Okay, so Hangman is just trying to make sure Hobbs can tag out so they can get the W here. Currently, Hobbs is like stretching and reaching for a tag, and like Joe was trying to tag in, but Hangman like reached in like deeper into the ring and took the tag. Now again, Joe shouldn't be mad about this because we're just trying to get Hobbs out so he can get some rest because he was getting stomped out. But Joe is just heated about this whole thing. This dude is angry that Hangman took the tag and tagged in. And Hangman starts going off, started going crazy. At some point, I thought low-key he was going to lose because Mox hit this dude with a pile driver, and then Claudio followed up with like a corkscrew uppercut. It was getting bad. But at the end of the day, Hangman was able to buckshot Mox after he took out Joe, and then buckshot Claudio, and then he was able to get the win, which is nice. Hey, look, everybody did their thing, okay? Everybody did their, their gimmick, did their shtick. All right, like there should be zero problem here, all right? But for some reason, for whatever reason, Joe was just heated, right? Like Joe was just mad. So as soon as they win, Hangman goes to grab the trios titles, and he hands one to Hobbs, and then he slaps the other one into Joe. But like when he slapped the title into Joe, it was more like I don't know how to describe it, but more like I hear, bro, like, hey, your belt twin, like, there you go, like, hyped up kind of thing, But Joe didn't see it that way, and the belt bounced off his chest and fell on the ground, and he got pissed about it. And then he was talking crazy in the Hangman's ear. He was talking crazy, like, you ain't beat me, you think you better than me because you got the AEW title, this isn't that. He was talking all kinds of smack. Then he smacked him upside the head, like, it was going crazy, man. They were brawling. They had to call security. One of the security guards was crazy as hell, by the way. One of them dudes had like dreads on the back of his head with a fade on top, bald fade on top. I was like, what is this is I don't know what this is. I don't know what's going on no more. But they had to break them apart. Joe was wild and crashing now, and it got out of hand. Why was Joe so angry? Why was he so angry? And even, hey, look, we get backstage, right? At the commercial break, they cut backstage to Hangman. He's talking with Renee, and he's even telling Renee, I'm confused on why Joe was so angry. Like, it's like, bro, I gave you your belt and you dropped it, and now you had it wild, and like, bro. Saying they ain't talking about how I never beat you. This is what this is about. This is about the AEW title. This is what this is all about. All right, fine, listen. Hey, look, if you want a match, the AEW World Title, if I'll give you a match, Wrestle Dream, you can be 1-on-1. And he was like, you ever do any of this stuff again, I'll ruin your life. Hey man, look, Crash Out Hangman is the best Hangman. We all know this. He had just a stash and his villain music. Like, let's not, man, like this whole, yes, I get it, the cowboy happy-go-lucky music that they got, inspirational, all that stuff. But like when we get Crash Out Hangman, when he's burning down houses and sitting in a chair in front of the house that's burning down, it's a good day. It's a good day when you get that. So hey, when he was telling Joe, I'll ruin your life, he meant that. Boy, did he mean that. 30th Century Homer. Since I'm finally now re-signed back to AEW to a 3-year contract extension. Hey man, look, welcome back to the to the AEW life. Hey man, you got to be signed. You have to be. Sometimes, look, when you're watching wrestling, sometimes to be invested into it, you got to sign a contract with them. All right, it's not the verbal contract with yourself, because again, you have to choose weekly to like tune in at a certain time to not be caught up with everything, you know. See, unlike other places, won't say any names, but unlike other places, when you're watching the show, you can miss 2 months of that show and nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. Not even a hint of anything has happened. It's been the same thing. So when it comes to this here, man, look, you're bound by soul to watch. Okay, that's how it is. That's how it is. We can't argue with it. You know what I'm saying? You miss. Remember back then how you missed a couple of weeks of wrestling, and you just missed like the entirety of everything that happened on the show. That's how I used to be. That's how I really used to be, man. But again, love the promo from Hangman, love the passion, love the fire, love the anger. I need that crash on Hangman back. Listen, Joe might bring it out of we might get some heat. We might have some heat coming with Joe and Hangman. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you at all. Cause they even cut a promo with him backstage with Renee, and he ready to crash out. So hey, I'm for all this. I'm for it. Right? I'm for it. Next up. Oh no. Well, I guess we gotta go here. This is a part that I didn't like tonight. I didn't like this part of the night. We go right directly into Toni Storm. Okay, so at first they said she's returning to Hollywood, Florida, you know, kind of thing, and she's gonna be having a match with Ty Mello. Shouts out to Ty Mello. But the match, it was just okay. It's what happens after the match that's the problem. But we'll get to that in a sec. Ty Mello and Anna Jay, again, they're primed and ready to be tag team champions at any point when they feel like it. Okay, so whenever this tag team tournament, whatever they're going to do for these belts happens, trust me, these two, they've been on the same wavelength ever since they've been in AEW. So shouts out to them. They can get the belts whenever they feel like. Sasha's looking for a tag team partner. We'll see if she finds one. I mean, her best partner would probably be Athena, but we'll see if she eventually figures that out. But we get to this match. Again, it's okay. Toni's not looking too good mid-match. I thought she was actually going to lose. She was about to end up on a losing streak kind of thing. But nah, she ended up getting the W anyway. You know, kept attacking the corner. Storm 0. GG's call it a day. But then she gets the mic to cut a promo. I guess it was a wrap for Andrade and WWE when Charlotte Flair divorced him. Hey man, Jody, look, Jody. All right, we're already past Andrade. We got to get to the next segments. But if we're looking back at what you just said there, it wasn't a wrap for him. It was more so a wrap the moment he came back, and they just had him in a best of 7 with Carmelo that went nowhere, and then they just had him in a tag team with Phoenix. None of it's making any sense. Phoenix should just be in a tag team with his brother at this point if they're going to just have them both do nothing. But that's just, again, that's their show. This is AEW. This is AEW. Hopefully Andrade can do something well over here. I'm not sure though, but I'm hoping. I can only hope. That's all I can do. All right. Let's get to this promo of Toni Storm's. In summation, I'm gonna summarize this promo for y'all. All right. In summation, she wants to test herself and test Kris Statlander after that loss that she had to her. You know, again, she got rolled up, all right, and got the seatbelt and got pinned, but she doesn't feel like she was really beaten. You know, and we had to do this one-on-one to really truly prove ourselves. So she challenges Kris Statlander to a match. Wrestle Dream, one-on-one, AEW Women's title. But here's where the problem came in. While she was cutting this promo, the crowd was just chanting "what" after everything she was saying. And you know when people chant "what," it's just that, you know, I ain't trying to really hear you and I'm trying to like take over kind of thing. And that's rare. They don't ever do that. Honestly, in AEW, they actually don't ever do that at all. The "what" chants never really happen. And again, especially during someone as important as Toni Storm, like you don't do that during her promos. But Hey, them folks was really laying those what chants in, and I was like, all right, bro, I gotta relax. You can do somebody trash in the company, but it's Toni Storm. Come on now. Are they getting tired of Toni Storm? Is this is a sign up, or y'all just being idiots? Which one is it? I'll take one of the options. I'll take one of the two options. Either you don't like her, or you just be an idiot. So which one is it? We'll have to follow through with that at some point. But yeah, decent promo from her. We'll see if Kris Statlander, obliges to set a request. But yeah, up next, we see it was like 8:50 when this match had ended, and we're like, all right, it's time to welcome Ricochet and GOA or whatever. And I'm like, wait, what? Ricochet and GOA? Like, what's happening here? What happened to Marina and Yuta? Like, the show about to end. Y'all here running this match. And I completely forgot the show was 2.5 hours. Makes sense. Okay, that's on me. That's on me. It was a match with GOA up against the Swirl. Hey, yo, why is it the name? Change y'all name, please. I don't know. I get it. Y'all probably came with that name. This is where Vince was right about certain things. Like, I'm being serious. This is where Vince was right about certain things. Vince, when he'll give you something and you're stuck with it, you don't get a choice in the matter. Sometimes that's not always great, but sometimes it is a great decision because of times like this. Why is your name the Swirl with Blake Christian and Shotty Lee? One black, one white. Why is your name the Swirl? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why? Dear God, just why? But regardless of the fact, GOA made quick work of the Swirl. Hey, yo. And they made quick work of these two dudes. Yeah, they got some. Shotty Lee got some offense in, and Blake Christian did a dive at some point, but don't nobody care about these dudes for real. Like GOA, I care about them dudes. They lit. They weren't lit at first, but they finally, like, once they put them on TV more and gave them some spotlight, GOA and Ricochet, fantastic. Okay. I think people just have Toni Storm fatigue now. Jody, you might be right. I can't lie to you. You might be right on that one. I felt as though she should have, like, disappeared for a little bit. Not on a bad thing, but, like, just as in, like, okay, bro, you've carried the women's division for so long that you should take a break. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've done so much at this point. Take a break, take some time off. I feel like AEW needs to hit, like, a reset button, which is what I thought they were trying to do here. I thought they were going to hit like a reset button and like start fresh with new people and new talent, and we can slowly bring back in our guys and hype them back up. But Toni Storm's still here, so maybe after she loses to Kris, maybe she'll end up taking time off. But for the time being, I'm not sure. I am not sure what the objective is for our cast and crew here. But yeah, they end up taking him out. GOA, shouts out to him. And immediately after, when Ricochet gets in the ring, out comes the Hurt Syndicate. That's right, the Hurt Syndicate, MVP Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin. It's lit, okay? You heard people. I'd let the song play, but they gonna copyright me, so I can't do that. So they pretty much pull up, and MVP makes it very clear, you're in my town. All right, this is my city. These are my people. And yes, it was my fault why we lost at All Out. I got pinned, not Bobby, not Shelton. I'm the one that got pinned. Hey, he's taking accountability. I appreciate that. I appreciate accountability. All right. And he's like, you know what? I don't want a normal wrestling match. I want to fight. I still got some fight in me. He wants a street fight next week, Daly's Place. GOA and Ricochet versus the Hurt Syndicate. Of course, Ricochet obliges. So we're going to see what happens next week. Hey, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to the street fight in Daly's Place. All right. Now, who wins that match? I'm not sure. That one, I'm not sure. I want to believe Hurt Syndicate end up winning it. Because, they already got the GOA and them got the shine already all out. So I think Hurt Syndicate will end up winning. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see what goes down here next week. Shouts out to the Heart City Kings and what do they call? I forgot what the name of the group is. I'm supposed to call them GOA and Ricochet. Pretty sure they had a new name, but forgot it already. A next segment that we had was a funny promo with Don Callis, of course. You gotta see Don Callis about like 90% of the time on his TV channel. I'll be honest with you. Way too many folks. I've been saying this. Way too many. Well, he's backstage with Okada and Takeshita, and he firmly believes that Brodido, they just escaped. Okay, they barely escaped in this match with the Josh Alexander and the Bucks. So he's gonna want to face them next week, but this time Brodido will have to go up against Takeshita and Okada. And Takeshita's like, hey, I got a tag team with this dude right here. And Okada's like, yeah, you got a tag team with me. And they go face to face, and Takeshita wanted to laugh so bad. But, like, it's a good thing Don Callis broke it up because, like, Takeshita had, like, that laughing face on. It was about to go crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Like, it was... I would have broke and laughed, too, the way how they was looking at each other. So, I guess next week, we got it set up already. We got Takeshita and Okada up against Brodido. So, look forward to that as well. Look forward to that. All right, we've reached the main event. Finally, we get Marina Shafir and Wheeler Yuta up against Darby Allin and Kris Statlander. Battle of complete dominance here. I ain't gonna lie. I forgot it was gonna be a no disqualification match because as soon as Marina and Yuta were coming out of the entrance wall pathway, like they were just like pulled up on immediately by Darby and Kris Statlander. They were just pulled up on it immediately. And I was like, hey, yo, relax, y'all. Like, I was like, okay, never mind. Match started. All right, I guess it is just a whole street fight. They start wilding out the gate, dives off the top. Of course, Darby, well, you already know what kind of timing Darby was on. Like, when Darby pulls up in matches like this, well, it ends up like this.
All lined up for that
Yeah, just I've never met one person that wanted to just completely like end their entire existence this much, but Darby's my guy for it, man. He's my guy. All right, it's the homie, future AEW World Champion. All right, when time comes. But they're wilding. Marina Shafir was like barefoot during this whole thing, which was cool. It's cool to see that, but at the same time, yeah, my guy Yuta decides to be like, yeah, let me pour out some thumbtacks on the ground, and in pouring out thumbtacks, yeah, when they end up slamming Marina's feet into some thumbtacks, yeah, it got bad. It got bad and gruesome for her real quick. There was like suplexes onto. Just mad suplexes, just all on chairs, flipped on chairs. It got bad. It got real bad. Eventually, my guy Darby. Hey, look. Oh, also, sorry. Before we get to that, during the match, if you all clearly saw, Yuta is out here. Yuta attacks Statlander, and vice versa. You can have these mixed tag matches and have the women fight the men. It is not that hard at all. You can have these things happen. Statlander is allowed to beat up on Yuta just as much as Yuta's allowed to beat up on Statlander. You gotta make this even. Like, come on, y'all. Let's stop sugarcoating things. Let's stop it, okay? Like, Mae Young was out here taking power bombs through tables. Gigantic Samoa was dropping on top of her. Like, Mae Young is a GOAT in my eyes forever, just because she was out here taking these kind of bumps at like over 100 years old. You know, like, y'all gotta stop. You gotta stop. Stop babying around. Both y'all can throw hands at each other. All right? It's not that hard. Make it simple. Okay? Regardless of the fact, though, both sides are wilding. Darby ends up throwing dust in the face of Shafir. She's ended up blinded, and she was ended up choking out Yuta on accident because she couldn't see. And then Stat does a 450 on top of him, and then Darby does his coffin drop on top of Yuta. In the end, Darby and Stat end up getting the W. Shouts out to him, man. Shouts out to him. It was a great match. Great mixed tag match. Right? Just enough violence. Not too much, but just enough violence. You know what I'm saying? And then out comes Toni Storm. Her and Kris Stat go face to face, and they start throwing hands with each other. They start going crazy. And Darby, of course, left alone in the ring. And then comes the bastard Pac. Jesus Christ. Just can't get away from him. The Death Riders are everywhere. Pac shows up. Yuta, Claudio, Mox, everybody's in the ring. And then they hemp up Darby. They got a belt around this dude's throat. They're choking him out completely. They going crazy on him. They going stupid on him. Mox got all up in his grill. To let him know that, look, you may be the dude that never dies and never says he gives up, but he's going to find a way to make Darby say I quit come Wrestle Dream. He's going to find a way to do it. Can Moxley find a way to make Darby say the words I quit? Or vice versa? You know, again, Darby is outnumbered. Anywhere, in any place he goes, he's always outnumbered, man. He needs some backup. He needs some backup. And you know what? That promise was made at All Out that Brian wouldn't get involved, but you know what? We're going to, hey, look, I was just at All Out. He didn't say nothing about Wrestle Dream. Going into Wrestle Dream, Brian, you're going to have to pull up and help out. Sting, you might have to pull up and help out. Yeah, I might have, Darby going to need some help. Come on now. He's going to need some help. There's too many of these dudes out here, man. Too many of them. The Death Riders are at every corner. We can't have this, all right? We can't do nothing about it. The Death Riders are at every corner of this earth. Darby's gonna need backup. Sting, Brian, everybody. If you got a pulse, you hate the Death Riders, pull up and assist. Plain and simple, all right? But that's how AEW Dynamite's 6th anniversary goes off the air. Overall, I mean, the show wasn't bad. The only problem I had was with the crowd saying what during Toni Storm's promo. Don Callis again acquiring way too many people, which has to stop. It just has to. And then I think that might be it. Yeah, Don Callis was during the promo. Oh yeah, and the vanilla and black boy swirl thingy that they got, yeah, get rid of that too. Outside of that, solid show. I'm ready for Daily Plays next week. We're 41 minutes in. Wow, what the hell? I did not know I went this long. That's kind of nuts. Hold on, let me get this off the screen here. All right, let's hold on. Let me get my regular screen at. Yeah, look at all the logos for Dynamite for the past 6 years, man. It's a beautiful sight. All right, I'm gonna talk with y'all for a little bit more. For y'all that's still in the chat, if y'all got any questions, statements, words, whatever you got. Whatever you got to say, hey man, let's voice it now. All right, let's voice it now. And you know what I'm saying? Like before I head off. All right, let's talk about it. All right, let's pull this up real quick. Let's see. I watched NXT, AEW Dynamite, and Collision watch along on Twitch. Oh wait, are you following my Twitch channel? You follow my Twitch channel? Hey man, hey, you following the Twitch channel? Shouts out to you, all right? I'm live on both YouTube and Twitch at the same time. All right? You got to be live on both just because, you know, you want to get different kinds of folks. You never know who's going to show up. You know what I'm saying? You never know who's going to pull up in here. Oh, you haven't yet? Hey man, look. Hey. Check the, the description box the link for my channel. Well, I don't think my link's in there. The link should be actually in the description for the channel. You go to the about section, it should be in there. But if not, you just go to Twitch and type in King Marquise 317 and you'll find it in there. It's easy. It's simple as that. Yeah, I try. Again, I haven't been going live as much on Twitch because it's been a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like it's been a while. It has. It's just been a while. But I'm trying to do it more with connecting with StreamYard. You know, it keeps everything fresh, new. Whoever our wrestling fans that can show up. It's in the podcast section though. I feel like it should be in just chatting, but it's in the podcast section, which I get it. I feel like not many people go to the podcast sections of Twitch. If that makes sense, you know, that's what it just feels like sometimes. I've seen this Darby thing one more time, so it's just very dope. Just great. That's just fantastic. That's just fantastic, man. That's the homie. All right, y'all got any more statements, questions before we head out? Thoughts, concerns, vibes check. Y'all doing good? How's life? Thank you for the follow. I assume that was your account that said, is that Jade Simpson Keita? Hey, shouts out to you. Shouts out to you for the follow. Very appreciative of this. All right, we got to get all channels up to par. Now, I'm only affiliate currently on Twitch. I can get to partner if I actually start doing it more, which I probably should. I'm going to. What I'm going to try to do is in the near future, once this YouTube channel gets monetized, I'm going to end up going live on both YouTube and Twitch at the same time and getting the vibe checks going and starting to do more things. All right. Don't worry. Trust me. The channel's growth and changes are coming. Just stay patient. New and cooler stuff coming. I'm just giving you the heads up now. When you see it happen, you're gonna be like, oh snap, he was talking about this. Yeah, trust me. When the new stuff drops, you're like, oh snap, you're gonna understand. Trust me. All right. Trust and believe this is gonna happen. All right, where we at now? 46 minutes. I'm gonna give 4 more minutes of chatter or non-chatter while I do some side quests here on the side screen. If more things come in. If they don't, I will be gone at that 11:20 mark, or 12:20 if you're on the East Coast, or another time if you're in a different country. Shouts out to It's Just a Ride as well, by the way. He in Australia, so it's probably like 3 o'clock over there at this point, 3 p.m. All right, 2 minutes to go on this one. I'm gonna get my outro regardless of the fact. Thank you guys for joining me today in the MVP's Lounge and for AEW Dynamite's 6th year anniversary show. We've been going 50 minutes now, just about, and again, it was a solid show. I really enjoyed it. Again, some parts that I didn't like, Toni Storm's promo where she was just getting wutted all the way through it. I don't like the Swirl Boys, Shadi Lee and Blake Christian. Get them out of here. Get their name out of here specifically, but get them out of there too because nobody wants to see them. And gets who else? We getting the hell up out of here. Oh, Don Callis. Yeah, Don Callis. Yeah, it's up for Don Callis. It is up for Twin. Twin gotta go. Why does he have 80,000 members in his faction? Every time, I'm putting it on the screen again. I'm putting it on the screen before I get the hell up out of here. Before I leave. Before I get the hell up out of here, I gotta show it one more time. Y'all not understanding. Y'all not understanding what's going on with this group. Cause I don't understand. I'm not understanding. Look at this. What is this? What is this faction? Bro, what is this faction? What is this? Why you got Okada, Andrade, Takeshita, Kyle Fletcher, Lance Archer, Echiseto, Mark Davis, Rocky Romero, Hologram, the Dark Duo. You got Brian Cage. You got Wardlow. What is happening? Oh wait, you got Josh Alexander. Bro, it keeps going. Every time the group just keeps on going. It needs to stop. Just like me, because I'm about to end this right here. Again, y'all be easy, right? Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and share all the videos. Check out the older videos, the newer videos. Don't go too far back in the old videos, because you're gonna see like some Madden, like some old Madden footage from Twitch when I used to just record some stuff when I was doing it. I'm a Cowboys fan. You're gonna see Washington football team there. There's a whole lot going on. There was a lot that was going on. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Ignore that stuff. Look at all the wrestling stuff. Check the playlist out. Just check it all out. All right. I'll catch y'all later. I'll see y'all next time here in the MVP's Lounge. All right. Y'all be easy. All right. Y'all be easy. All right. Y'all be easy.
Nobody can stop me, nobody can hold me, nobody control me. I'm coming! I'm here to do my thing, I'm here to bring the pain. I'm never ever gonna change. Like Tropicana, I got the juice. All for the least, they let the dog loose.